Down this aisle right here, and I had a wagon, and it had my son, my 5-year-old was pulling it, and I'm sorry, I'm a little rattled because I never, ever want a young person in this community to be discouraged by something that is maybe misunderstood. So I understand.
Leanne, would you tell us? Please, no, talk to us, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That way everybody can hear.
I think it's regrettable that a group of young people who are vital and committed and have spent time, money, and energy have become discouraged. I am here to assure the 5 of you and Mayor Cant that everything that I think there was one communication by email, and then there was some mention in the meeting that we would be asking for the Leathers assessment, and everything we've tried to do is in the spirit of the original group. We are stewards because in 1994 we began to ask for almost $300,000 worth of money. There is no way to put a value on the amount of labor we were provided. The donations that were provided to us, I want to mention JF Pate, for instance, gave us $50,000 worth of concrete. Cooper T. Smith gave us $25,000 just for asking. These are some of the very big donations that were given. We had a man out there working and nobody would buy the shrimp boat. It was $10,000 and everybody had spent every nickel they had trying to raise money with pennies and go into corporations for matching donations and what have you. But somebody came forward because he was working on that piece of equipment. There were also people who barely had 2 pennies to rub together who came out there with us, and they engaged with us for a year. Their kids had jars and collected pennies. Now, I'm totally off topic. I'm not prepared to say this, but these people who I have my back to have brought their children here, and this is why we built this park, so these children could enjoy it. And I want to thank these ladies and all of the others who have supported them and those who are behind me and out in their homes waiting to find out what's going on, because the disappointment is unacceptable. And I feel very strongly committed that if they will just stick with it for a little while, we will get the park up to snuff. We will raise some money. We can do it together. We will get a handicap accessible park. And let's not just stop there. Why don't we make it state of the art? We have been talking with people who build Possibility Playground. Sorry, still rattled. Can't stand to see people discouraged. I've been there, I've done that. The purpose of this lady's mission to find the right playground company, she spent 3 years. She has 3 children with neurological disabilities and one that either has CP or MD, I can't remember which one. A profound situation where the child rarely has accessibility. We have someone in this room who spoke to me and touched my heart because she has a child who runs and plays, but she is in a wheelchair and she wants to play side by side with her children, the child's friends, and I'm all about that. Why not create a state-of-the-art facility? Let's get what we've got wrong right now fixed. We have a complete assessment from Leathers where we provided photographs, extensive photographs. Mark Leathers has worked with our civil engineer who was originally on the project, as well as an architect and a former Mobile County building inspector. We've tried to do our homework so that even Play by the Bay can be proud of the information that is presented so that we can move toward the future for a state-of-the-art facility.
Let me ask you a question,
yes,
Leanne. Are your feet in cement on something here about the park? Are you locked in as far as maintaining the wood structures and so forth? What exactly? I'm trying to sort of establish what the vast differences are here.
Okay. Let me get Charlene to come up. Charlene Lee has been working with Leathers. We have emailed an assessment to you from Mark Leathers. Do all of you have that in hand? No? Lisa, I believe, was going to bring some copies.
We did.
Okay.
Got it. But what I think we need to do, and hopefully Rick can handle this a lot better than I can, but what I would like to see, if we got a group like a couple from your group, a couple from the Play by the Bay, to work with Sherry Sullivan, Tom Cool, and Ken Slava, and maybe with Rick and Dan Skankowski, and see if we can't reach some common ground here at least. I mean, we aren't going to accomplish anything this evening. That's obvious. But the only thing we do know, that we have two groups that are very interested in the playground, and they want what's best for Fairhope. And there's no reason that we can't get to that point.
We have citizens who can't use the park because either for their family's preference, it is not what they prefer because it's not clean enough, there are splinters, and they feel dangerous. That's their prerogative to not go there. There are others, however, who are using it constantly. But we have a big problem with accessibility. And we need to address that
Safety
as a
a lot,
city.
right.
And we need to do it as fast as we can.
All right, let me ask you this. Ms. Evans, would you be willing to work with a group to try to come to some common ground here?
Play by the Bay at this point respectfully withdraws. We are far enough along in our process where we had the plans and budgets, and they still haven't said exactly, you want to use leathers, you still haven't exactly stated what your interest was.
Well, that's why, listen, we can't handle it all here. That's the reason I said if we had a group, a committee to look at this, talk about it, to see rather than with everyone here, would you be willing to do that?
There are a number of options
Okay.
based on this assessment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Okay. We have reached the first rung in the ladder. That'll do it. Okay, what we'll do, Mr. Kingray will act as the mediator, and we'll have Sherry Sullivan, Tom Cool, Ken Slava, and Dan Stankowski will get together and contact you ladies and see what we can work from there. Is that good, Rick? Dan?
That's fine. If both of you would have your proposals ready specifically, as I know that Katie, you have plans and drawings, and Leanne, what are we hearing?
We have the Leathers assessment, which gives a number of options about what we can do with the existing structure so that we don't have to tear it to the ground right now, and then where we can move in the future to make the park what the community decides it wants to be. So we do have some options, and there are figures in that information that we've given you in the assessment.